Hello, my name is James. In the past, I had to have a reverse osmosis system installed in my house. With this system, I could have avoided the space and cost involved with that installation. This system also uses less water than a conventional reverse osmosis system. The Frizzlife desktop reverse osmosis system is completely installation free. This gives the advantage of having reverse osmosis water any place you want. The kitchen, the bedroom, or your office. All we need to do is add 1 tank of water to the system before we use it. The only thing that needs to be done before we first use the system is the system must be first flushed. In order to flush the system properly, we must remove the drain plug and install a silicone hose. The silicone hose can then be drained into either a container or the sink. First thing we must do is check and make sure that the filters are properly installed. Remove the back cover and you will see the 4 filters and a wrench that has been included with the system. We put the wrench together and what we want to do is check and make sure each one of the filters is properly seated and tightened. The next thing we must do is add water. Remove the water tank and add water up to the maximum level. Replace the water tank into the system. Plug in the system with the power supply. Turn the system on. After turning the system on, the water will start draining out of the system, flushing all 4 filters. When the water stops draining, or the light on the front tells you that the tank is empty, remove the tank. Again, add water to the maximum level, replace, and close the lid. We must run through at least minimum of 3 tanks of water to properly flush the system. After you've run 3 tanks of water through the system, now you're ready to set the system up for reverse osmosis. Remove the silicone tube, put the plug back in, take out the tank, fill it up to the maximum level, put the tank back in, close the lid, and the system will start processing the water. Once the system starts processing, you can see in the display on the front the TDS number, which stands for total dissolved solids, of the input tank, which is tap water, and then for the output, which is the water that you will be drinking. When the system is processing, the input and output TDS numbers may vary. This is caused because our system uses the recycled water again, where a standard reverse osmosis system takes the recycled water and puts it into the drain. Our system puts it back into the input tank and reprocesses that water, saving about 70% of the water. The display shows the lifetime of filters 1 through 4. Filters 1 and 2 have a lifetime of 6 months or 1,500 liters. Filters 3 and 4 have a lifetime of 12 months or 3,000 liters. If the input TDS is greater than 400, the lifetime will be reduced on the filters. If the input TDS is 800 or higher, the system will only run for 8 minutes and then shut off. Then you must replace the water in the water tank before continuing to use the system. When the change water light comes on, you must remove the water tank and throw away all the remaining water. Fill the tank with new tap water and replace the tank. Do not just add water to the water tank. That will reduce your filter life. You can select the glass size of 150 milliliters, 250 milliliters, 330 milliliters, or continuous. After selecting the glass size to dispense water, you just press this button. Let me introduce our filter system. We use 4 filters. Filter 1 is a sediment filter, which removes particles such as sand, silt, and rust. Filter 2 is a block carbon filter that reduces chlorine and conditions the water for the next stage. The third stage is the reverse osmosis membrane, which reduces 99.9% of contaminants such as arsenic, fluoride, and heavy metals. The fourth stage is a granular carbon filter that removes all flavor from the water. When it's time to change a filter, first thing we must do is get a towel, because usually there'll be some excess water. Turn off the power, remove the plug, take off the back cover, remove the parts for the wrench, put the wrench together, turn this counterclockwise, and remove the filter. Replace with a new filter. Turning clockwise and pressing in. Plug in the system. Turn on the power. There are 4 reset buttons, one for each filter. Press the reset button until it beeps. That will reset the filter in the system. Put the wrench back in, put the cover back on, and the system is ready to operate again. Something to be aware of. When the change water light first comes on, you need to change the water in the input tank as soon as possible. If you do not do this, the system could periodically recycle the water from the input tank. The full system has been tested and certified by WQA against NSF ANSI 58. Thank you for choosing the Frizzlife Desktop Reversed Osmosis System. Feel free to contact us at any time at our support email address. Thank you.